So I was studying the book of Genesis recently, the story of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And then the Holy Spirit highlighted a pattern to me. I noticed that each time Abraham entered a city, he raised an altar for God. And I noticed the same thing with Jacob when he was running away from his brother Esau, and then he stopped at a city called Luz to rest. He set some stones down, laid his head to sleep, and then he had a dream where he saw angels ascending and descending in that place. So when he woke up, he said to himself, "So God is in this place, and I didn't know it. This must be the house of God." So immediately he raised an altar for God, and then he named the place Bethel, which means the house of God. I also noticed that when he left his father-in-law's house, that's Laban, and moved to Shechem, he built an altar for God, which he named El Elohi Israel. And while in Shechem, his two sons, Simeon and Levi, went and killed all the men in Shechem, because Shechem, which was the prince of Shechem, had raped their sister Dinah. And then the Lord asked Jacob to move away from Shechem and move back to Bethel. And then I noticed that when he moved back to that city, he raised an altar for God again in that same city. And then he renamed the place again. He called it El Bethel, which means God of the house of God. Now, here is what the Holy Spirit highlighted to me. Isaac had watched his father consistently raise altars for God, and then he taught his children to do the same thing. You see, it's never God's intention to start afresh with the next generation. Never. It's his desire that the family system will be a solid foundation for our relationship with him. A place where we see what godly marriage looks like, a place where daughters can learn true femininity according to God's standards, a place where sons can learn how to lead, young men can learn how to lead and embrace true fatherhood just by watching their fathers do the same. For me, I believe that this is one of the reasons why God created the family system. But sadly, for many families, this is not the case. Many parents have a limited understanding of who God is. Some don't even have a personal relationship with God. So they don't know his heart for parenting. They don't know his heart for the family he has given to them. They don't know his heart for marriage, right? So they are broken themselves, and really you cannot give what you don't have. And that's the truth. They can't give what they don't have. And I also believe that this is the reason why God gives us an opportunity to reparent ourselves. Children who have been raised by this kind of parents who are broken, right, who don't know any better. In their path to destiny, God gives them an opportunity to get it right. So he sends mentors, he sends teachers, he sends leaders into our lives to teach us what our parents could not teach us. As women, he places women coaches like Lady Ann, like Pastor Mildred in our paths to show us how to be true helpers comparable, to show us how to be godly brides, to show us how to mother the next generation. You see, that's what God does. These are some of the opportunities that God brings our paths to get it right. These opportunities may come through paid courses, may come through seminars, may come through books, may come through mentorships. But the thing is, God always makes provision for us to grow, for us to be better, for us to know his heart for marriage, for life, for destiny. I also believe that if Isaac had failed to teach Jacob about the ways of God, God would have raised someone else in Jacob's path. Maybe when he lived with Laban, to teach Jacob what his father could not. Right? So God always gives us an opportunity to get it right. But we have to be discerning to know the opportunities he has brought our way or he's bringing our way. And what we choose to do with those opportunities is up to us.